Where and how to download the Speco Blue VMS Lite version. Go to www.specotech.com. Select the Solutions tab. Select Management Software. Select Speco Blue VMS. Scroll down to the bottom left side of the screen and select Lite versions for Windows or Mac. Select the version that you need. Fill out your information and download the file once it's sent to your inbox. Adding your first site. Select Resource Management. Select Add with the plus sign on the upper left-hand corner. If your device is on your local network, it will show up on the list. If it is not on the local network, you will need to select Manually Add. Select IP address and switch over to serial number. Enter the QR code associated with the Speco Blue recorder. Enter the username and password for the recorder. Select Test to ping the device. If the test is successful, select OK. This will complete adding your first device. Organizing the camera tree. As you add devices, they all fall under the same camera tree. To customize your tree settings, select Resource Management, select Area Settings, select Add on the upper left-hand corner. Enter name of location or area or the device under Area Name. Once areas are created, parent names can be changed to create folders under newly created folders. Once you create your areas or folders, go back to select Add, Edit, or Delete Device. Select the Edit pencil button of the device you want to move. Finally, select the newly created area under the drop-down in Selected Area. This will relocate the cameras in that device to the folder you created. Live View Options. By selecting Video Preview, this will allow you the option to start seeing live video feeds from your cameras. The bottom left, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, all the way up to 100 icons are how you change how many cameras are on the screen. By right-clicking the image, it allows more robust camera viewing options. To create a custom screen, modify the images to the camera as you want by dragging and dropping the cameras on the screen. On the toolbar, there's a floppy disk with a square around it. Select this to save those screen layouts. They are easily accessible after saving in the top right corner of the VMS by selecting 4 boxes and selecting the save view that you would like to save. At any time, the saved images can be dragged and dropped from VMS Blue to other monitors' screens, allowing for video wall features. There are multiple viewing modes to ensure fluent streaming. By default and recommended is Self-Adapt View. If your hardware is not quite up to spec, you can change the view to a sub-third stream to limit hardware resources. On the other spectrum, if your PC exceeds hardware requirements, the main stream could be utilized. Searching for AI is made easy with Speco Blue VMS. Select the search icon. At the top, you'll notice Image Search by Face, Face Comparison Retrieval, License Plate Comparison Retrieval, and for this training, the Smart Snapshot Retrieval. By selecting Smart Snapshot Retrieval, you'll be able to select which site cameras. Next, select between human, face, motor vehicle, and non-motor vehicle. The search source must be on intelligence for all searches except face. For this to work, Snapshot must be enabled in the recorder. Also, metadata must be enabled to use metadata attributes below. Finally, select a time and date and hit Search. This will use the snapshot of the AI from the recorder to cue your search. Also note in the next section, we'll cover how to filter out AI from the recorded video and playback. Searching for recorded video. You can also search on traditional timeline with some advanced features to make your searching quicker and more efficient. Select Record and Playback tab. You will see blank tiles on the screen. The default is set for 4. If you want to play back more channels, select the option at the bottom from 2, 3, 4, 9, and 16. Next, you will select the area and cameras that you want to play back from. This is where organizing your camera tree will speed up the search process. The calendar will highlight the date in blue if you have recordings from that date. By selecting by event next to the calendar, one can filter between scheduled, motion, detection, and AI event. Once you have selected the cameras and number of viewing screens and the time and date selected, search. This will bring up a timeline of the selected video. This will then only show you the events that you have selected. The Speco Blue VMS will play back in sync mode or async mode. You could change prior to selecting the camera date by selecting the async button on the right side of the playback tool. Exporting videos and clips. Continuing from playback, we now need to export the video or clips we found. Whether you search for AI or continuous recording, select the start of the video where you want to record and hit pause. It might help to zoom in on the timeline to see the events in a larger format. On the playback toolbar, you will see a scissors icon. Select it one time, then select the end of the recording. This will put a new event recording on your timeline within the time slots. Select the download arrow next to the scissors. You will then be switched to the record management section that will show you the downloads and what folder they are being dropped into.